Nah, actually, I did actually kiss a mirror once when I was a little kid, eh?
Did ya?
Yeah, but my parents found it, and there was a kiss mark on there. My mum knew
Right
it.
off the lip print.
Bro, I kissed it. I was like practicing kissing when I was little. My mum found it. She was like,
Wait, hold up. You're practicing kissing with a mirror.
yeah.
Aren't you supposed to do that with fucking strawberries?
Dude, I was like,
What?
what?
Haven't you heard that?
No!
No. So like, this sounds.
Anyway,
weird.
long story
So,
short,
like,
my
yeah,
mum found
go
it.
on.
She tried to blame it on my dad. I got my ass whooped. Anyway, what were you saying?
This is gonna completely unrelatable to both what you guys are thinking, I guess. But like when I was really young, I think I was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
My cousin's like, oh yeah, you practice kissing by like sucking a strawberry. I was like, alright.
What?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, whatever.
Did your cousin think kissing is
I
like
did it.
sucking a little tiny dick?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I just, yeah, it's one of the things that I got told. I just remember that really distinctly, I suppose, because it was, out of the norm. Yeah.
That's rock and roll.
Maybe tonguing, I guess, if you're sucking a strawberry. I don't know. La, 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 la.
Hey! Happy Halloween, motherfuckers! What's happening?
Hello. I thought I'd come as you, man. It's pretty frightening.
That is
A
just-
reality television
That's the
star.
scariest thing I've ever seen on TV. And
I'm Cade Wilkie, man.
fuck you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Don't use such blasphemy.
Oh, well, let's get drunk. What's
Okay.
happening? What's happening, Jesus? What's going on?
Oh, just, being before me and after me.
Yeah.
Making timelines, we're fine.
Solid. Wait, so we're about to explain who you are as a dude.
Yo.
First, obviously, it's Halloween. Fucking, what's up?
Everyone knows who Jesus is as a dude. What do you mean? What's the explanation?
I meant before Jesus.
Oh, right.
Jesse before Jesus.
Jesse before Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my boy Jesse. Him and I have known each other for, how long have we known each other for now, bro?
Some amount of time.
A long time. A long time. And ironically, we've linked paths with another gentleman who's actually started working at the same gig as us. So maybe we can talk about building a company from, well, not really a company, a company from scratch and just see what we've been thrown into the deep end, because I think any publicity is good publicity, bro.
Do what you need to do. Yeah.
So expertise for myself and Jesus. We buy and sell exotic cars for a living. That's how we. That's how we live, bro. And I think we've got real different opinions on what cars are sick and what cars are.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Except one thing, that Seppies are fucking dope, bro. So Mason, do you know much about cars, dude?
I mean, I'm the son of a car salesman, so no.
Okay, sweet. Well, you can do the same shit you did at the boxing one.
Oh, will I now? Okay. Right.
If anyone passes out, just go CPRG. All good. Oh.
What's it like drinking with lipstick on?
There we go.
It was alright, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of feel a little sexy, but at the same time, I'm too chubby to pull off this outfit. You know what I mean? Like all the guys in the 80s and shit, like they were like, they're all
choking on some tea.
Yeah. They're all skinny and drug fucked, man, so they can pull off fishnecks and look good.
Heroin rig is amazing.
Yeah, man, I just don't have that heroin rig. I'm like, if Meatloaf made a comeback, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going at. If I was to make a band, it would be like popcorn chicken or something.
Extra meatloaf.
Yeah.
You look like the makeup, the way that it's done, almost looks like Alice in Wonderland. Like we're literally going to go down the rabbit hole and we're going to see Kay going, "What's up?"
I can't do my loving you, baby. I got everything, and I'm hell gutted because I got my speaker here, and I was going to rip a fat guitar solo halfway through. That was actually a thing. I wanted to bust out a guitar solo halfway through the podcast and be like,
yeah.
but my speaker's broken, so that's AIDS.
That's what it is. that's probably what every rock star said at one point in their career.
Well, my guitar's
Speaker's
broken.
so, and also AIDS.
And I lost my heroin rig.
And I have AIDS. So I found out something pretty interesting recently, bro. So I have two dads, right? I've got a biological dad and like a dad that was there. You know what I mean? So I've got like a second dad who like raised me and shit.
What
like
do you
that.
mean? As in, like the sperm was competing for?
No.
It's like the 2 for 1.
No. So this guy raised me since I was a young buck.
Right, yeah.
And my mum, I specifically said the first podcast that we did, I was like, bro, like, don't watch this. I put it on my Facebook and I was like, don't watch this if you're related to me or you know my parents.
So they all watched it.
Yeah, so all of them watched it, bro. And apparently my grandma watches it religiously, dude.
I love that.
No, she...
Bless you,
I
Grandma.
can imagine your grandma just out the back with her phone, smoking a blunt, just
Well,
loving it.
my
I love it.
grandma-
Your grandma's rocking on.
Yeah, that
That's
does
right,
sound like my
yeah.
grandma.
Yeah.
What's up, G-Man?
Jeez. So apparently my mum was trying to explain, she was like, I don't think your dad would get it. Do you know what I mean? Because your grandma understands it. She's like, the next generation and language is so different. You know, it's more, we're a bit rougher as Australians. Like we swear and we say fucking shit. You know what I mean? And well, you not as much, and you certainly not as much. Jesus, I'm so sorry. But at the end of the day, like the language has kind of changed since what it used to be in the 80s and then the 60s and then the 50s. That was completely different.
Are we talking more about like social norms? Like,
Yeah.
That's what is acceptable.
So my grandmother apparently loves it, and then she
Right.
explained to my granddad that she was like, you kind of have to see the message behind it because the generation, they change how they speak. So she gets it because she's quite like an empath.
I love that because like I think the older generation have seen like 4 different evolutions of that, and they've just gone, you know what? I can't keep up with this shit. It sounds great. I kind of get it. I kind of don't. Sweet.
Yeah, so it's like the definition of being a baby boomer. They get to one point of their life where like, you know what? I'm all for change, but you know what? Screw it. I'm a conservative till I die. Let things be the way they are.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is like, it's almost like get out of jail thing to be politically. I'm a conservative, which means, I don't know what it means anymore.
I've seen
I don't know
enough.
what it means, yeah.
That'll
I've
do.
seen enough.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
just don't care anymore.
That's
man.
it.
Just
Leave it as is.
Smoke blunts and watch my grandson's podcast. But,
That's it.
You know?
You guys can go ham on talking about the car yard, man. Because I've got like a commerce degree, so I can just talk business when you're talking about cars. It's fine.
business.
Business!
Business.
Baby!
What up, Randy Marsh?
Yeah, how are they? Baby.
Bye.
Does feel weird wearing makeup. But what I was saying before is my grandma can watch all of it. But my biological dad's like, yes, it's no, too much swearing. Hey, no, I'm gonna have to whoop my son's ass. I think he's related to Snoop Dogg. Like that's what he said to my mom. He was like, I don't know where you got this child from. It's not mine. You know, he was like, and then I was talking to my stepdad on the phone. He's like, yeah, son, how come you haven't shown me your podcast? And I'm like, because you're not gonna like it. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
not gonna dig it. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like,
I would love it, man. My family members, the only people that actually mess with my podcast are my dad. My mum doesn't want to watch it.
yeah, but your
My mum's like forced to be
your
like, oh, she
podcast
doesn't want to
isn't
criticize me.
really that rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I don't know. Like, I sometimes I borderline just conversationally.
cuss.
Yeah,
maybe?
no, just controversial topics. I've talked about that.
Yeah, but they can challenge the ideas of controversial
Of course,
topics. But
of
when
course,
people are talking eating ass at sex parties, that's not controversial. It's disgusting.
I don't know if it's disgusting. It just was what it was. I mean, look,
Yeah.
how else do you describe going to a sex party? I mean, how is it not going to be raunchy? Like, if you
Well,
know
to
what
be
I'm
fair,
talking
people are
about
pretty
it.
interested in that shit. I was pretty fascinated.
Yeah,
I
I think it was just a bit of a clickbait effect, mate.
Well, a lot of people
love
liked
though.
it. Yeah,
People
that's
love
our
it.
biggest video.
Mm.
But the funny thing about it though is when I was explaining it to him,
Yeah.
I said, "You're not gonna like it," and he goes, "What do you mean? Hey, what do you mean? Of course I like it. Why wouldn't I like it? I understand you're talking about controversial subjects. I can check it, dude. I can check it. I can roll." And I said, well, and I accidentally told him that my grandma watched it. And I was like, look, I mean, grandma watches it, but she's like, you let your grandma watch this, but you're not going to let me watch this. What the fuck is wrong with you? And that's what he sounds like.
There you go. I can't take Cade seriously when he's doing a South African accent with that paint on his face.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
The South African kiss.
I see how stupid I looked on TV.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Can you do the McGregor?
Not gonna lie.
Can you do the
I know if I can do
Can you do it?
Yeah.
It's the motherfucking code.
Yeah, but I must admit, I now understand on some level, not all the way, Kate, how you must have felt. Yeah, because I automatically feel like a complete cockhead wearing this.
Nah, you look good.
I just feel like but I feel like one of those dickheads that just looks at themselves in the mirror and starts kissing themselves.
Yeah, that's
Gives yourself a bit of an ego boost in
I
this
know
kind
a
of
guy
shit.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Me. I don't kiss myself. Nah, actually, I did actually kiss a mirror once when I was a little kid.
Did ya?
Yeah, but my parents found it, and there was a kiss mark on there. My mum knew
Right
it.
off the lip print.
Bro, I kissed it. I was like practicing kissing when I was little. My mum found it. She was like,
Wait, hold up. You're practicing kissing with a mirror.
yeah,
Aren't you supposed to do that with fucking strawberries?
dude. I was like,
What?
Haven't you heard that?
No.
No. So like, this sounds.
Anyway, long story
So,
short, my mum found
go
it.
on.
She tried to blame it on my dad. I got my ass whooped. Anyway, what were you saying?
This is gonna completely unrelatable to both what you guys are thinking, I guess. But like when I was really young, I think I was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
My cousin's like, oh yeah, you practice kissing by like sucking a strawberry. I was like, alright.
What?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, whatever.
Did your cousin think kissing is
I
like
did.
sucking a little tiny dick?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I just, it was just one of the things that I got told. I just remember that really distinctly. I suppose because it was, out of the norm. Yeah.
That's rock and roll.
Maybe tonguing, I guess, if you're sucking a strawberry. I don't know.
I'm just trying to like see what that would be like. Like
Yeah.
why?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't get that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
the only way you're going to practice kissing is
I think it might have been a practical
different people.
joke.
Yeah, it might have been.
Might have been.
Like my cousins put French onion dip in my hair once and told me it was hair gel.
Oh, yeah.
And we went out to a party. It's pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was traumatic.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, Halloween. Now,
Ooh.
it's pretty
I kind of wish
time.
it was darker in here though. Like I keep remembering we're like hell fucking in Miami.
Has anyone seen a ghost, or has anyone experienced a
Yes.
story? I could go on. Go
I
on.
have, yes.
Okay, Jesse, you go first.
Okay.
Jesus.
Don't blaspheme.
I was asleep, sleepy in my bed anyway at my mum's old house, and I remember waking up to feeling that someone was looking at me, and it was dark room, and I literally saw someone standing next
Talking
to
to
my
the
bed.
mic, Jesus. Usually people can only hear you like this.
People can
Yeah.
hear Jesus, mate.
And then this figure, it was very dark, so I could only see kind of a silhouette, for example.
Yeah.
And it shot into the roof.
What? Like it was a little tiny orb?
No, an actual person.
Wow.
So I thought it was like my mum, for example, was trying to wake me up or something, and then it disappeared into the roof.
There you go.
Like I'm
It
not
sounds
really
way less believable when you are dressed up as Jesus, but I do
props,
feel it.
props.
Yeah.
But, no, I'm not really. Yeah, I wasn't really a huge ghost person until that. I'm like, I can't really put a logical spin on
Yeah.
that.
For me personally, it's a weird one because has anyone ever heard the story where a person dies?
Can I just say
Yeah, go
something?
on.
Like that's really interesting. That comes from you, bro, because you're like real straight edge, and you're a real, like call a spade,
No.
call a ghost. You know what I mean? You're one of those people that's really,
To the point.
yeah, and like for you to say that's pretty incredible. That's a cool experience. I mean, is it I've had quite a few. Oh, rock and roll. Too many of these jacks, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, in order for me to believe,
Sorry, my bad.
in order for me to believe, thanks, Kate. In order for me to believe in ghosts, it goes back to, I'm sure you guys have heard of when a person dies. Yeah, some people believe that there's like a bit of weight that leaves their body when they draw their final breath.
That's because they shit themselves when
Yeah.
they die.
Right, yeah, it's either that or some people believe it's like the soul escaping the body. So in order for me to like actually logically believe that ghosts are real, I need to believe that some part of the human soul kind of exits the body for one and then kind of hangs around. Otherwise, I'm a little bit kind of like skeptical on the topic.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
Have you ever had DMT?
I have not. Why, will I see ghosts then?
No, you'll probably understand the concept a little bit more.
About spirits.
Just about the whole consciousness scenario.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? So wait, I'm not...
Well, there's two ways you can experience soul. One of them is actually learning that there is a soul. One of them is taking DMT, and the other one is listening to Purple Rain by Prince.
Yeah, but what's the point, though? So, wait, you're saying that I need to understand...
Yeah, you need to take drugs.
It's a deeper level of consciousness.
I'm not...
I got some. You want some?
Hey? No, I'm fine, thank you.
Jesus.
I'm fine.
You should have some.
One of
Right?
those.
Want some drugs?
I'm fine, thank you.
Peer
But
pressure on Halloween.
what's your point? What do I need to understand? The concept of a soul. I understand the concept of a soul.
But you haven't experienced the concept of the soul.
I don't know what
Yeah,
that
man.
means. That sounds really hippie.
And you can't. Unless you,
Really
unless,
hippie.
unless you have it. You
Sounds
don't
like I need to go to
understand.
Burning Man.
No, you need to find Jesus.
I think you guys are just talking trash, but you have...
No. Okay, do you want to hear my ghost story, bro?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Boo.
Oop. Okay, so mine. Okay, so I've had a few experiences. One of them, I did a Ouija board, bro.
Okay.
I did a Ouija board. Okay. So I've had good experiences. I've had bad experiences. I struggle a lot with sleep paralysis. And every time I've had sleep paralysis, I called out to God, and you know him. It's so hard to talk about
I
God.
just call
right?
him Dad.
Yeah. No, like sleep paralysis is like a real thing, bro. Like, so I'll be asleep and I'll have a dream where my dream starts to get really dark, and there will be something demonic. There'll be something attacking me, and then I can't speak. Like, my body's paralyzed. I'm trying to speak, so I'm trying to say words, but I'm trying to scream in my sleep, but I can't.
But you're asleep.
No,
course
you're
you
not.
can't.
You're
Of course
still
you can't
you're in a state of being half asleep, half awake. So you're going. That's what it feels like. You're trying to scream. And I had one not so long ago, and I was so convinced, bro, like that the devil is a woman. Like, I was so convinced, bro, because I'm
To be honest, she probably is.
I've heard
Yeah.
this song before.
bitch. But the reason why is because this is the worst sleep I've had like probably about 15 sleep paralysis experience, and it only came after I did that Ouija board. And this one was the most frightening thing ever. I had my arms like behind my head while I was sleeping. Like, I was just sleeping on my back, bro. And I could see like the shape, and it looked like it was in my my hat rack, and I had coats on there, and I could just see the outline of this woman. And I woke up and my hands were like this. But this is the weird part, because why would I sleep like this above my bed? So my hands, I was like caught, and I was trying to scream and scream and scream while I was awake, and I'm going, and sleeping next to me, I'm trying to bump, and she wakes up and she goes, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And then it stopped. And that time I called out to God, and nothing happened, bro. That was the craziest thing, because...
Sorry, that was...
But is that a ghost, though?
Was he busy that day?
Is that a
I'll give you
ghost?
the date. Maybe it was a wedding.
Is that a ghost or a spirit, though? Like,
That's a demon, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at.
Straight demon,
But that's
man.
not a ghost. I thought it was a ghost story.
Okay, I
It's
do
a
have a
demon.
ghost story, but that
Yeah.
was legit one of the scariest things. Because after that Ouija board, we did it with 3 of us. And it actually works, bro. And it pretended to be my dead grandmother. And then it was going from... It pretended to be a little girl, then it pretended to be my grandmother. No, I've done 2. The first time I ever did a Ouija board, I put my finger on the middle of the Ouija board. It was myself, Tom Christmas, my ex-girlfriend Gabrielle, and a guy called Sultan. And he was Saudi Arabian, he was cool as.
Swing.
No, so what we did is, as soon as we put our hands, and I shit you not, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. As soon as we made one out of a piece of paper and like a shot glass. We put our fingers on it at the same time, and I'll get someone to vouch for this, man. As soon as we touched it with our fingers, all the lights just like one light, no, not all the lights, but just one light in the lounge just went, psh, and fucking, I can't make this up. What are the chances of that light fucking bursting? I've seen this shit with both of my eyes. I cannot make this up. What are the chances of me just going like this with 3 other people, touching it, and the light fucking bursts, right?
Practical joke.
How? We were all in the room. There was no one else in the house.
Too much power going to one globe.
If you turn it off...
You can overpower a globe.
No...
Yes, you can.
Okay, so there were 4 people in the house, but then there was a fucking globe demon trying to fuck with me. No, we touched the thing and it burst. I shit you not, it was the weirdest thing I ever seen. Now, when we did it the second time, it was with a different group of people. It was pretending to be a little girl.
Yeah.
And then it was pretending to be my dead grandmother. And then we figured out it was lying. We're like, are you like something of the Holy Spirit or something? It was so long ago. And then it said no, and then it started going to H-E really fast. So like it was laughing, but at the same time, we knew we looked it up, it was like the ghost trying to escape, so we had to say goodbye. And then my friend Jared and I, we were in that same room a couple of months later, and we were playing a game with these girls. We were filming it because we were playing like how many sex positions you can do in like a certain period of time. So you like hit a timer in a minute and you got to do as like many as you can. You got to flip around and shit. We look back on the video, bro. There were these little orbs, little white lights, like going boom around the fucking room. And after that, like I was skeptical and shit because, I mean, ghosts, are you serious?
And how many positions are there? I'm just curious. I'm not even freaked out about the ghost.
Mason.
In a minute? Like, all right, well, what says in you have to like lay on one position or what? You have to assume it? How do you do that without another partner? Alrighto. I need to read some Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra.
Whatever.
Anyway,
only when married.
There was one more experience I had. I'll share this and then we can move on. There was one more. My saddest day of my life. I shit you not, man. Like this is actually the saddest day of my life. I had a cat that was my best friend since I was like a little tiny child. And this cat would, everywhere I'd go, this cat would follow me, bro. Everywhere I'd go. So I would go to the bathroom, the cat would be right behind me like fucking, yeah, like just follow me there.
Just doing cat business.
Yeah, he was just chilling. And then I would have boys, like when I got older, I had boys over for drinks and stuff like that. The cat would have his own stool and we'd just stroke him and he just loved being around people, man. Loved it. We'd have parties and the cat would be in your feet and shit like that. And the day the cat died was, he was really sick.
I'm sorry,
it's not
man.
funny, I'll fucking smash you, cunt.
Sounds like a song.
Sorry.
It's the day the music died.
Anyway, sorry, but I held up that cat.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, so his name was Shortwave, and
Shortwave.
Yeah, bro.
That's a
Sick cunt name.
yes.
It's actually my tattoo over here on this side. Yeah, it's like how many years I had him, how many letters in his name, how many years like we knew each other and shit. So that's my tattoo on that side. It's pretty cool. But anyway, before you think I'm like some kind of sick cat fucking dude.
That's alright.
But I love this thing, man.
That's fine.
Like,
You're not going to die
follow
alone,
me
so
around
you don't
everywhere,
fit the
bro.
stereotype.
It would follow me everywhere. My mates remember the cat. They were like, bro, I'd sleep over your house. It would just fucking headbutt me hell fast and shit. Like, the cat was just sick. And I spent most of my teens just like, I'd come back and I'd spend time with this cat because I didn't have siblings in the house. So I'd always spend time with this. It was a big black cat. And the day the cat died was the saddest fucking day of my life, bro. It was so sad. Because I knew I had to put him down. And then the vet was just like, it was fucking, she was a bitch, bro. Like, we were in the hospital, the vet hospital. And then she's like, oh, okay, yep. And I'm like, got this cat here. And she's like, okay, need to put him down. Yep, no worries, all good. And the fucking leaves on my cat. And I'm like, you bitch! Like, where's my cat? What are you doing? And I was like, no. Like, and I bro, it's actually, I don't want to mess up my makeup. I'll probably cry. But I had this cat like in front of me, bro, and I'm looking at it and it's looking back at me and I knew he had to go and I just like held him here and he was just chilling. He was just fucking like, fuck. He was old and fuck. And I was like, I said to him, I was like, thank you so much. Like I never loved anything as much as I love you. Like, thank you so much. I just love this thing. Anyway,
okay.
Fuck yeah, it was sad, bro. It was really sad.
Yeah.
This cat had done everything with me, bro. And then when he was put down, I was asleep about 2 weeks later, man. It was sad as, but it was all good. And I'm sleeping in bed, bro. And I wake up in the middle of the night and the cat was there. Bro, shit, you know, ghost kitty, right? And it walked over to me and I just started stroking it, right? And I don't know if I'm asleep or awake, bro, but it was the most realest fucking thing I've ever felt since actually seeing Jesus, all right? I'm stroking this cat and he rolls on his back and I scratch his stomach and then he grabs my my hand with his teeth and his feet and just goes, and like, you know, they're like, fucking, and they like, and then it just slowly disappeared and then went away. And I never saw him again. And I talked to my mum about it and she was like, the cat visited you. And she's not spiritual, but bro, that was the most spiritual shit I'd ever fucking had in my life, man. 100%. So after that, there is good and evil in spirits in like another dimension, bro. 100%.
Leprechauns are real.
Do you know what I mean?
Leprechauns are really real.
It's a deep story, man. I know it's just about a cat, but it's like fucking
the premise behind it is interdimensional.
Crazy,
so
man.
You can get into different frequencies with that type.
Yeah, and like DMT would be the gateway to that shit.
It is. It's the gateway.
Yeah, bro.
You don't understand.
I don't understand.
You do not.
Yeah, if I took
don't.
DMT, I'd see my kid.
Man, I mean, it's one of those topics where
You just haven't seen it. That's why you're insensitive, you dick.
It's
I'm
so
You know what it is.
hooking, man.
Bro,
What's up,
you
bro?
need to be more sensitive about my cat story, man. Like, God, Lordy, help me! I'm gonna throw you up that balcony.
I'm not.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
I'm not refuting the fact that you love the cat and you had a good time with the cat.
Thank you.
I'm refuting like the existence of ghosts.
Maybe that's why I had
that's
like,
fair. It's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
It's just a construct in your mind. That's fine. Like,
Maybe that's why
There's
I had
other
a sex
explanations
addiction in
for
my
it.
early 20s because I just wanted to replace my pussy with just more pussy. You know what I mean?
No, that's rock and roll.
Anyway,
yes,
Mason.
yes, sir.
How are we doing on drinks, by the way? Jesus, can you fill us up?
Yeah, I probably can.
Probably can.
Much better.
God
Much
bless you,
better.
Jesus.
Look at that.
So yeah,
It's magic, man.
you know the feeling?
I do know the feeling. I've had dogs. I'm not a cat person myself, but
Yeah.
I can relate. I've had many dogs growing up, and I remember, my mum calling me saying, "Oh, the dog can't really walk anymore. He's
Yeah.
a bit torched and."
Torch.
No,
Fucking choice
it is
for
what it
words.
is. But I was at a party. I was with these, chicks. It was sick. We were in high school. Cool, yeah, sick.
Yeah.
And my childhood dog couldn't walk anymore, and that's usually the sign, that they've got something wrong with them. Their back legs don't work anymore. I remember jumping on my bike, like 12 at night, riding home, going, "Fuck, my dog's dying!" Like, oh no, like worst ride of your life. You know what I mean? And then you gotta. I had a big Roddy at the time. This is what I'm talking about, and I had to. Carry him into the car and take him away, and so I get it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But there is such a spiritual side of life if you open yourself up to it, bro. I think Mason, bro, the reason why you're laughing at the shit is because you're not experienced it, bro.
I've spent
You're
time.
like-
What do you mean? I've spent time in a Christian church.
That's not.
How's that not spiritual? Religion is spiritual.
Sorry, Jesus.
How's that not spiritual?
No, bro. I think you're too much of a logical thinker. You're like black, white, black, white.
Yeah,
You know what I
sure.
mean? It
but
don't matter if you're black or white.
look, I don't.
Down, there got the pizza, yeah.
Well, I don't care. Like, I respect what other people want to like believe in, but I
Yeah,
just
but you need
personally
to
don't.
take more drugs, Mason, because
No,
that way
no.
you'll be more fucking spiritually awakened and
But
shit.
why though?
Because it's
What's-
amazing. I
what's
felt
that
things
gonna
I never
awaken?
thought I could feel.
Like you can feel the
That's
music.
lovely.
Yeah, you can feel music. You can taste colors.
What are you talking about? Like doing Molly? I've done that before.
No, that's just like euphoric
DMT is a
and gives
different
you.
realm, bro.
Yeah.
But
You
why?
go
But you
into your
can't.
brain.
But
don't you think
explain
it's-
on a deeper level?
Because there's more to life than just a fucking
This
go to
shell
work
that
and
we talk to.
meet people and have fun with them and stuff. There's so much more to life, bro. There's so many more experiences. Like, if you ever take a pop brownie and just talk to your girlfriend and then make love, you know what I
It's
mean?
great. I don't have a girlfriend, so I'm going to take
yeah,
a pop
sorry,
brownie.
bro.
Get one of
Take
them
a pop
DMT.
brownie,
Yeah.
and then I'll kiss myself.
Yeah.
Kiss
sorry.
the strawberry,
You,
right?
you recently single?
Yeah, completely now. Yeah. So,
Are you gonna cry on the podcast, too?
Ladies.
Nah, that sucks. Oh well.
That's all right. I'm
Oh
going-
shit, my makeup's
going out
on.
tonight.
You're
I'll
fine.
be right.
You're fine.
Thanks, Jesus. I'll just.
But yeah,
wipe
no,
it on this
I
hand.
personally, I've only had,
Give us a
growing
hand.
up, I had a couple of dogs, I had like a couple cats,
Yeah.
but I never had a pet like long enough to see it through to its like final days.
Yeah, okay.
So I never experienced that.
Yeah.
So have you never experienced anything that's like so emotional that it almost seems spiritual?
Always with me, it's always to do with like heartbreak or whatever, relationships and shit like that.
Well, maybe you find like some kind of spiritual connection with these people on a deeper level, and you're just a massive empath, and no one's really found the inner shell that's his Mason or the inner soft part.
Oh yeah, the inner soft part. Well, I mean,
think
they
so.
wouldn't want to
The
find the inner
squishy
soft
part
part.
in the middle.
They
Yeah.
would want to
If
find the
nothing
inner
else has
hard part,
upset
not
you.
the soft part.
If nothing else has let you down except for like amazing shot at romance, bro, maybe that's just who you are. You're just a complete empath, and you just need to be held, bro.
I don't know about that. I think like I go through phases where I'm like independent
Touch
and
Jesus,
where I
man.
need
Do you want a
Jesus
hug?
and stuff like that.
I think
Fine.
I think maybe you've got a strong exterior, but just like a marshmallow inside. Are you a Cancer?
You're like a bueno.
I'm a Pisces.
yeah,
Pisces,
like a
yeah.
bueno. Yeah, or a bounty bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm all for whatever a
Jesus,
person
you're
wants
more
to
of a
believe in.
crunchy.
But
More of a picnic.
but for me, it's
I'm more of a soft serve.
yeah. Like for me,
Just
it's
soft.
more about understanding what other people believe in spiritually to relate to them more than anything. Not
you
that
can't
not that I
relate
believe
to them
in it.
until you've been spiritual.
No, yeah, well, you can understand it conceptually. You don't need to take drugs to be spiritual. You don't.
I
Man's
think-
got a point. A lot of people do like meditate and shit. I can't sit.
But that it's the same level. It's expanding your consciousness. That's the whole point of meditation.
Yeah, and I've heard people talk about meditation to the extreme where they can experience like what would be considered a DMT trip.
100%.
Some people can do that. Check that, G's.
DMT is naturally released in your brain when you die.
I love DMT because it sounds like a drug that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would take. It just sounds like a drug that they would be into.
It's definitely a sewer drug.
It would definitely sounds like something they'd be into.
Darling.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, no. So for me, I must admit though, guys, like, closest thing to ghosts or anything like that, I swear, there's something outside my bedroom window these days.
It's cake.
Always always
cake.
scratching on the window, always like tapping at the door. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's like makes this almost like a injured cat sound. Like, wow, wow. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Could it
Worry about
possibly
that
be?
cat.
Could be an injured cat.
Injured
Could be.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what
But
I
I'm
think.
just like, Jesus Christ, shut up. I'm trying to sleep.
I have a cat.
I won't shut up. Thank you.
Calm down, child. This man died for your sins, bro.
Yo.
King of the Jews. Yeah, circumcised. Fuck yeah. Nah, it's just wear and tear. But yeah, it is. I think like some people are more spiritual than others. Like a lot of these guys that I know that can, fuck. A lot of these guys,
Like what? Can
Jesus,
Gentleman Jacks.
yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna put that away for a minute. A lot of these guys that do this meditation and stuff like that, which is a lot of like not a friend circle, but like a friend of a friend circle, a circle. Like they're really into meditation and like meditate every day. And I'd love to be able to do that, but you can vouch for this, bro. I can't go like 30 seconds being quiet, man. Like,
Not at all.
no.
It's quite annoying.
I work with this man every day. I'm like, hey, Jesse. Just because I run out of shit to talk about, so I'll just start talking about anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just, like, it's one of my things.
That's fair, but you know how like you're describing some sort of like
I just can't sit still.
no, I'm talking about, like, you're talking about people that are spiritual through meditation, drugs, whatever it might be, yeah? My big problem with it is this kind of almost arrogance to a person that's talking about spirituality to a person that clearly doesn't understand it. I don't like arrogant. No, I'm just saying...
Jesus has no sin.
No, dude. If I was talking about something that Kay personally didn't understand, I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm not.
Are you talking about people that get spiritual and turn to douches?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
douche
about.
Spiritual people. That's a massive cult for douche spiritual people.
Yeah, it's annoying because it's like you're talking about something metaphysical, which is so subjective that you can't even like understand it unless you're experiencing it yourself.
Well, we work fucking hard for our money because we like for the money. Because we like fast cars, right? Very fast cars. And I remember when I had my Porsche, a couple of people that I knew that were spiritual were like people that I was trying to gel with, but like they just don't get me, bro. Like and it's fine. I don't fit in everywhere. But I found like people like the sense of arrogance were like, why would you need that, man? Like you need it deep inside. Like I wasn't doing good enough, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't inside my soul enough. And I'm like, bitch, I just want to drive fast cars, but I'm glad to have that spiritual side. But
they like trashing on materialism or something.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you're pushing yourself too hard. Though. You're stressing yourself out.
You can go the other way with that.
You're doing things because you want to seek validation from other people. Now, when I tell you, when I nearly killed us in the Safiro, that was not for validation. That was for fucking fun, bro. You know how fun it is going like, you know what I mean?
Wasn't fun.
You got two of them,
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But no, I think it's interesting that you should say that, man, because like their criticism of you like liking sports cars or whatever it might be, because they're really spiritual, that can go back on them because you can be insanely altruistic to the point where you're virtue signaling, and it becomes almost as obnoxious as a person that's got the fucking Lambo, the mansion, whatever it might be. So extreme altruism and extreme
so you're saying just find a place in the middle. You have
to find a happy medium.
Because you can go both ways.
You go both ways, and both are equally bad.
Exactly. You can go, well, you don't spend enough time with your soul, which means you're not going to be happy because you work too hard and you're too stressed, and you're like, yeah, but I'm going to get my wife with massive boobs to give me a blowjob in my Lamborghini. You know what I mean? And you can go both ways.
Both are fun.
Yeah.
But I personally I don't love meditation because I find sometimes I get like real obsessive over like certain ideas where I'll like visualize. Like you guys have heard of like self-fulfilling prophecies and like affirmations, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, words of it.
Yeah. So like I don't know, I'll get a bit too obsessed like a fucking sociopath when it comes to some shit that I'm like visualizing and obsessing over to the point where it's almost delusional, so I don't fuck with meditation anymore.
Maybe that's because you haven't found peace within, man.
Oh god, okay then.
You need to expand the mental horizon.
Jesus. Right.
So coming back to our first topic.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to take DMT?
What do you mean? Do you have DMT?
Yeah, there's DMT in this vape.
No, it's not.
Yeah, there is.
No, it's not.
Give yourself about 2 hours, bro. You're going to be seeing...
I'll be fine, thank you.
Are you sure?
Because I want to talk normally. I think I need to be the voice of reason in this podcast.
You're going to be talking space soon.
I'm not going to talk space. You do not have DMT.
No, I'm just fucking.
Yeah.
Jesus, what's happening, dude?
Hey, Zeus.
What's going on?
As the Mexicans know me.
So you guys want to talk about... I'm good, man. How are you?
Good.
So you got the day off tomorrow? I'm not going to see you tomorrow.
No, I have the day off tomorrow, which is fantastic. I have a wedding to go to. But that's okay.
Jesus has the time for weddings.
Jesus has the time for all.
Okay.
Great and small.
So should we talk about work?
We can do, yeah.
Because that was cool. I like that. That was cool what we talked about. So we actually work together. We buy and sell really, really, really flash cars for a living, like Audi R8s, Lamborghinis, G-Wagons, etc. So it's a completely different demographic of people that we actually meet that can actually...
Gold diggers.
No,
Look, there is that, but there's also awesome people that have just
killed it,
done their jam and killed it.
What do you think? What do you think the worst type of car buyers are, bro?
The people that think they're better than the person selling the car.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You mean
What do you mean?
like someone that's buying a used 360
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ferrari.
And they treat you like you can't afford one of these, sir.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, then they just don't know enough about the car industry. You guys
Well, we
get paid
know
pretty
about
well.
that. We're like, yeah,
You guys
well,
get
you're
paid pretty
maxing
well.
out that finance at a high rate. We know how much you're putting down as a deposit. We know what you do for a living.
$500 deposit on a $150,000 car.
Yeah, but that's
Which
just
is a
that's
2003,
ignorance.
which skyrockets your interest rates, and it's only assured for X amount of money. And
Yeah.
also, the main part is what happens if you need to do a timing belt, buddy, and you're not mates with your mechanic, and you take it to Ferrari, and they go, "That'll be $20,000, G."
Are those types of customers, are they like, what is that across the board, or is that like
It's
specific
a certain type of
professions?
car.
It comes with the badge territory.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what badges do you think are like unholy, Jesus?
I mean, I think it comes down to a personal level of what you actually like as a car. That's what I found. I'm not a Porsche fan myself.
Oh, I hear, yeah, Porsche buyers.
Porsche buyers are not really my jam. I feel that, but I understand the premise behind
Yeah.
the Porsche people, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
So I can't relate. So I don't feel comfortable in pushing this car or all these features where I believe that there's something better that you can buy for the money. But they don't see it that way. So then we're going to automatically clash. So I'm not the person to sell a Porsche.
Whereas
Right. But
I've had a Porsche, so I can relate.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. But yeah, Porsche buyers are usually okay. So what would you say your top 5 hardest to deal with buyers? I mean, brands to sell.
Okay.
Let's go top 5.
I would go Porsche.
Yep.
I would go Lotus.
I've owned both of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck you.
I would probably go Ferrari as number 3.
Okay.
Even though I like some of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, some BMW buyers.
Yeah. Are you talking like M4, M3 type thing?
Not even that. More the lower range of BMW people, because I feel that they've made it to a certain point where they can afford a luxurious car, but not the top of the top. But they think that they've kind of broken that bracket.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And number 5, not really off the top of my head. That's really my main. Maybe like Jag people, depending on the
Jaguar
person and on the car.
Yeah.
Because some Jags are awesome.
Yeah.
Because
Like F types and
like SKRs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like XKRs, supercharged 5
Dope.
litre, awesome
Dope.
car.
Yeah,
like you
cool
can get
car.
behind it a little bit, but like an XJ 3 litre diesel, and yes, I'm still better than you because I can buy one of these. Not really a fan.
But you know what's funny about that though? That all the people think that they're better than you because they can afford the cars. A lot of the salespeople
get them
can
for
afford
free.
the cars.
Yeah.
You get them for free, but if
It's just I don't buy them because I have them at my disposal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
I
one-
can be picky.
Yeah, and a lot of the people don't understand when you
That-
buy and
that
sell
was what I
cars
was
for a
mentioning,
living,
though.
it's a high profitable thing. So you actually can afford to not only own these cars but also maintain them, which a lot of people don't understand.
And that's probably 60-70% of owning one of these cars.
Is the
if you can
maintenance.
afford a Ferrari, it doesn't mean you can afford a Ferrari.
Yeah, 100%.
People don't know the actual knock-on effects of these cars.
That was what I was trying to understand. So when you say that people kind of look down on a car salesman, like what professions look down on them? Because
I don't
most
think
people
it's
understand
professions.
It's not
it
professions.
It's
just
more personality.
it's
because they
It's
know
not-
that you
okay,
guys
well-
make them enough money. They know.
there's two types of people that there are people
People
that
that
do
are-
it because they want validation, which is right, and there are people that buy cars because they enjoy them. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't really get M3 4-doors or 4-door C63s. I don't get it because they don't look special to me. An AMG pack on a C200 looks the same as a C63. then again, if I do see a C200 with the badge pulls off, I'm like, douche. You know what I mean? Like that's that. So my top 5, and you might find this interesting. Number 1 would be, and I'm not, maybe I made it luxury, but my number 1 hardest people to sell to would be Volvo. They're
their own breed.
Yeah. Excuse me. What is the safety rating, and how long are the seatbelts for my baby carrier, and what year was the engine change from this pipe to this pipe? Because they're okay. So Volvo number 1. Jesus Christ.
Just for a second.
They will buy a car as slow as they drive it.
Is this good for business? I'm just saying.
Well,
Should we talk about this?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's our opinion. There's so many cars that I love, you know, and without personality, you can't sell cars. I mean, we can give people the right advice to be able to go, shit, you can maintain this and you can buy something really sick and you can actually afford to own it. We can show you how to do that. You know, if you want to own a 360, these are the things you got to watch out for. This is when this needs to be done. And this is a cheaper way of doing that. If you're nice, okay? Like, but we do have a lot of shit that we deal with, but we also deal with a lot of good stuff. So for us, it would be like Volvos are my number 1. Oh my God. Number 2 would be Skoda. Skodas and Volvos, same thing.
I haven't really dealt with Skoda people.
Oh, Jesus. There's such good cars as well. That's what's annoying. They're really good. Even in the side of the doors, they open up. They've got this little thing that pops out that stops you from scratching your door. So you open it up and it goes.
I already love it.
Mint. And as you open the door, there's a fucking umbrella in the front.
So it comes out. Rolls Royce.
Yeah, man, it's dope. But the people that buy them are like, I want a scooter. Like family orientated, but very like usually librarians and shit buy Skodas. Number 3 would be Lotus. Lotus buyers will know more about the car
100%
than if you went to university about that car.
And like you only know more than a Lotus buyer if you actually engineered the Lotus.
Yeah, if what's his name? Something
Couldn't
Chapman,
tell you.
Colin Chapman. If he was your uncle, maybe you would know as much as someone that's buying a 2005
So
Lotus
you
Elise.
just don't even pretend. And then that gives them the upper hand.
Well, isn't that like a general rule though? Because everyone's got the access to the internet, so at any
No, but we
point in
know our
time-
shit when it comes to most stuff.
No, I understand that, but it's like what deep down to its every intrinsic
Well,
detail.
people want to know. They go, "Oh man, my mates told me this is a 6.2," and you go, "Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's." Or they say, "Oh, it's a 6.3," and you go, "Actually, it's a 6.2." The 6.2 was disregarded in 2014 when they did the facelift to a W205 chassis, which is actually a quicker engine bi-turbo with a 4-litre. So this C63 is a lot better. It doesn't have that raw power, which will boost the drive to want to buy them one day and make them a collectible because it's the last of the naturally aspirate they're going to do. But it does have 2 turbochargers. Like shit like that, you know, bang off the top of your head. But when a Lotus buyer comes up and goes, excuse me.
What's the increase of power to weight ratio on all 4 bias of, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have no idea.
Or was the clamshell recently replaced and you're like, the fuck is a clamshell? Bro. Yeah. Number 4 would have to be now I'm stumbling. I would have to say I'd say you're right with Jaguar. Jaguar people are really difficult.
It's very
Unless-
hit and miss.
Unless
I
it's
find.
an Indian buyer with a lovely red outside and beige interior, I can sell like this. But anything that is like black or white or what, XK, because they want to buy a Jaguar because it's not a Mercedes-Benz, BMW or Audi.
It's a prestigious car.
Yeah,
That's the
it
thing,
has that sound to
The
it.
badge behind Jaguar has a lot of heritage behind it. It has a lot of pedigree. They are great cars, and they used even back in the day. Like they were a lot of money for a car. Like a Jag was the
Until
shit.
it was bought by another company.
I believe Ford bought them. Hello.
Yeah.
I believe Ford bought Jaguar,
Okay.
and that's when they kind of went on a bit of a downhill slope. But then they kind of stepped the game up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5. I'd probably say use Ferrari, not new Ferrari, used Ferrari, because of the increase in how much those 360s have gone up in value since you used to be able to pick them up for around, didn't you buy 2 for 80 grand or something?
2 for 100.
Wow, what the hell? And now, because they're such a bitch to maintain, and that single clutch does burn out, when they did the F430, beautiful clutch on that thing, but beautiful. Like, they made it better, the engine was better, and then they went to dual clutch with the California. But the maintenance on those things was horrific. So they came out with that car with the Audi R8, Lamborghini Gallardo, and then they had the 360s as well, which were all hectic when you needed to do a clutch. But if you took it to Ferrari, how much do you think they would charge for a clutch?
10, 15, depending where you went.
And how much would you take it if you wanted to do it you had all genuine parts and you did it from a specialist? It would probably be like half that. You know, a lot of people don't know that. So the funny thing is, when I worked I like working for a corporate backed company, but I don't like having a brand behind anything that we sell. The reason being is because when I was working at a well-known brand, the guys they hired to put that brand stamp on the service history was really difficult, because it was just people that were like wanted to get out there. You could tell they were young and they're like, fuck it, whatever. And there weren't anything special, these mechanics. A guy that's been working on Italian cars for 15 to 20 years
knows his shit.
Exactly, yeah. And will actually do a good job.
Because he cares about what he
exactly.
does.
Whereas they can extort you for so much money, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whereas like what we do is we have a fine medium of quality, because we're not like a bunky dealership that flips cars like, you know, we're called, I don't know, Steve's Garage or something, and we're corporate backed, so we can do all these incredible things, and we have the money to buy whatever we want and sell whatever we want. But it doesn't mean we sell shit, we don't touch it. You know what I mean?
We don't have to.
Exactly. And we don't get a lot of dickhead customers and shit like that, because we go, well, the cars we sell are mint. You know what I mean? That's where a lot of people go wrong, where they try and sell these exotic cars that aren't up to scratch.
Like, people who know these cars know exactly what to look for. Like, exactly what to look for. So what's the point in trying to hide flaws in a car?
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, if I was going to buy one of these cars and the salesman pointed out the flaws in the car and actually showed me the flaws in the car, I'd respect that more than the person trying to hide the flaws in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a car's a car. You can't foresee what's going to happen to a car. It's a mechanical thing.
Yeah.
It's going to have a chip. Something might have to be replaced. You might run over a fucking cat. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen?
Yeah.
Shit's going to happen to a car. So if you can explain to me exactly what's happened and why something has happened to the car, you get a better understanding and go, okay, well, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a car.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that a lot of the coolest cars you can buy are older. Do you know what I mean? Like, there are a lot, you can't just, there's nothing now that really, and if I had a budget of 200 grand, there's nothing now that interests me that I'll go, yeah, I'll go and buy that tomorrow, unless it was like a Cybertruck or something like that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say Tesla.
Cybertruck, yeah, dope.
Or,
anything Tesla's dope.
Yeah.
Which we have a fuckload of Teslas, by the way. Yeah.
Want a Tesla?
Yeah,
What
come
up?
see us.
Cargo?
Come see Jesus. But yeah, we sell a shitload of like Teslas and stuff, and the Ferraris and stuff are sick that we've got, because they're pick of the bunch. You know what I mean? Because we're not afraid to pay the money for the good shit. But I think there's a lot. People don't understand that there's some of the coolest cars you can buy are 2003 or 2014 or 1993. You know, I went from a Porsche to a Lotus to a freaking Zafiro. Do you know what I mean? And people don't even know what that car is. And if you looked at it, you're like, why the fuck would you pay money for that? And you're like, because I'm a freaking nerd, bro.
Cool.
So cool.
Just
and
cool.
You own 2 of them.
But it's just something different.
Yeah, man.
So if you're a car dude, that can be more appealing than the actual dollar value of the car. Like, yeah, you can go and blow 200 grand on a brand new GLC 63 or whatever. someone can pull up at the lights. Do you know what a GLC 63 is?
It's a good car.
But
It's like a
you'd look at it and go, I have no idea what that is. It's got an awesome engine. It's super fucking quick. The interior is mint. But you'd look at it and go,
yeah.
And then you'd look at a Safiro and go, okay, that's probably fucking quick. It costs literally 1/10 of the price.
Yeah, and it will skyrocket.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to sell to.
And what were some of the cars that we had at car show where we had probably, how many cars do you reckon we had? It was a lot.
No.
We had like 2,000 people there or something,
It was massive.
It was, bro, it was like...
It was like Auto Salon 2.0, which I don't know if you went to an Auto Salon at all. I don't know if you were around in the car scene for that. It was like when I was a teenager, Auto Salon was like the meat. They did it like once a year, and everyone's like dopest of the dopest, like JDM muscle cars, like Street Machine, Hot Fours, that type of stuff. Just put all their best cars in the convention center. And and everyone just went and checked their shit out. That's the vibe that everyone got from our car show, which was our pre-launch for our car yard. And it was awesome because no one's done that for years. It was just
no cop trouble either as well. Except that one guy with the Rotary.
But it was just a warehouse full of awesome shit. And people could literally just go and chat about cars. And that's what car people want to do. I want to talk to the dude who had his 20B RX-8 with a massive snail on it. Because that's fucking dope. And guess what? He drove it home. Sick.
Insane.
That thing's like 1,200 horsepower.
I wouldn't even say in the state line.
Like, it's...
But there was a little
cool.
something... but like you and... Like people were going around looking, oh my God, there's a McLaren Senna. That was amazing. But like... There were a lot of cars I looked on there and I was like, is that a Lancia? Is that...
Integrale Evo.
What?
Fantastic.
Exactly.
This awesome little hatchback that most people probably would have walked past. But car people would go, fuck yeah, that's
what a piece
awesome.
of history.
100%.
So it'd be the kind of thing that you wouldn't even need to drive. You could just have that in your garage and just go, wow. Beautiful.
Sick. And some people go, bucket.
Yeah, exactly.
And some people go... Fucking
like,
dope,
like
bro.
some people get like Honda 2000s and like...
And that's what I mean. Everyone has a niche, you know what I mean? And that's... Being a car salesman, as you know, you have to fit a lot of niches.
We're really more
actually...
brokers than salespeople, you and I. We would be more brokers.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that a person has already sold themselves on a car. It just has to be the right fit. And that's what I kind of want to do is I want to fit the person to the right car so they're actually happy buying the car. I don't want to sell someone a car and they jump in it and then 2 weeks later they go, fuck, this car's shit.
Yeah, because then you're that guy.
100%.
You're that guy that sold 100%. Them the shit car.
I don't want to do that.
But basically what Jesse and I are doing is we've got corporate backing, myself, Jesse and another gentleman. And we're just... What we've got at the moment is we're building a company with one of the biggest retailers in Australia behind us. And it's going to be another level of just a community, man. And young and fresh as well. Like they want to get on the TikToks and get involved with all these car communities and stuff like that. And people are
it's bringing the community back to cars, which has kind of been lost like over the last decade because Cobbs have been very hard with cars and this and that, and the money gaps are very different, and they've kind of segregated. And car cruisers aren't really a thing anymore unless you know.
Yeah, but HSV.
Blah blah blah. So that's why I think our car show is so cool because it was a conglomerate of Porsche people, super rich people with McLaren $2 million Sennas.
Yeah.
Then people with like dope GDRs,
RWD kits and shit.
You know, it was just cool.
Yeah,
it was cool. There was a bit of everything, and everyone's just walking around checking out everyone's shit. Yeah, sick.
Talking about
that's what cars is about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You've got people who own $1 million supercars going and looking at RX-7s, going, "That's fucking sick."
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you want as a car person. You're like, "Fuck yeah, absolutely." Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's bringing the young community into it as well because I think like a lot of what we're doing now is like so progressive with the new age technology, and I think the elites that are pulling the strings behind us are kind of really on board with that. You know what I mean? Australia it's not like it is a rough culture, and the new generation is coming in, but you kind of have to have a bit of flair and a bit of swag and stuff. Like, I mean, when you want to be excited about this thing, man, because it's a representation of who you are when you leave your house. But I think it's all uphill from here, because we're really getting it, bro, and we're really starting to do well. So,
but what early days,
down,
but
yeah,
we're getting there.
Down.
Yeah, the boys. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. It's been 26 minutes up in this bitch. Happy Halloween. I think we should talk a little bit more about Halloween, but we talked about.
We got Pumpkin Bro chilling.
Yeah, G. So on this, we talked about spirituality. We talked about Mason, his new journey of being fucking single. What's up, ladies? Comment. He ain't no simp. I know we said that on episode 2, but he's gangster. So yeah, get ready to get your...
Barely know Kashan that well.
Yeah, Kashan.
False claims.
Kashan, don't worry about it. And Jesse, always a motherfucking pleasure, bro. I can't wait to have you back on and shit. We'll have a couple more of these drink, boys.
Always presents, brother.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Happy Halloween, everyone. Rock on. Peace.